sometimes you have to pay a high price for it. And he did it. He just gambled on it, I think.
Yoko Ono is a famous Japanese singer, artist, musician, film director, film producer, film score composer, actor, visual artist, author, and screenwriter. The feminist themes of Yoko's music have influenced musicians such as Meredith Monk. In 1980, Ono achieved commercial and critical acclaim with the album called Double Fantasy. She released this album in collaboration with John Lennon, and the album won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Yoko Ono is well known for her outspoken views on world peace, as well as for her marriage to John. After John died, this Japanese artist became involved with several philanthropic ventures. During her career, she's won a Juno Award, several Grammy Awards, a Golden Lion Award, a Glamour Award, an O Music Award, and an ASCAP Award.
No, I mean, it's just a very sudden thing. It was so sudden, and I think that was very difficult for me.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. Her full name is Yoko Ono Lennon, but she's also known as Mother Superior. She was born February 18, 1933 in Tokyo, Empire of Japan, making her 87 at the time of this production. She stands at 1.57 meters or 5 feet 1 inches tall. The star sign of Yoko Ono is Aquarius. Let me tell you that the kanji translation of her name means Ocean Child. In 2001, Yoko was awarded an honorary doctorate of laws by Liverpool University. The next year, Bard College awarded her an honorary Doctor of Fine Arts. And in 2003, she was presented with the 5th MoCA Award to Distinguished Women in the Arts by the Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles. Yoko is also the subject of the Bare Naked Ladies song titled Be My Yoko Ono. She's been an activist for peace as well as human rights since the 1960s. Yoko's active on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and promotes her art and shares inspirational messages through her social media accounts. She has 4.69 million followers on Twitter and 99,000 followers on Instagram. She is married 4 times to 3 different persons. In 1956, Yoko married Japanese composer Toshi Ikiyanagi, and the pair divorced in 1962. During the same year, she married Anthony Cox, and they divorced in 1968. The next year, she married John Lennon. They had met at an art exhibition in London in 1966. With Anthony, Yoko has a daughter named Kyoko Chan Cox, and from her marriage to John, the artist has a son named Sean Taro Ono Lennon. When Sean was born, Yoko was 42 years old. Let me also tell you that Elton John is the godfather of Sean. Later, she dated Sam Havidtoy, and they broke up in 2001.
I mean, most artists are doing something that is beautiful and to add to the civilization and culture, but most of them are not getting too much money.
She was born to Isoko Ono and Isuke Ono, a wealthy banker and former classical pianist. Her maternal grandfather was an affiliate of the Yasuda clan. Let me tell you that Asuki came from a long line of samurai warrior scholars. 2 weeks before Yoko was born, Isuke was transferred to San Francisco by his employer. Later, the rest of the family also moved to San Francisco, and Yoko met her father when she was 2 years old. In December 1936, Yoko's younger brother was born, who was named Keisuke. When Yoko turned 4, she was enrolled in piano lessons, and her family moved back to Japan in 1937. In Tokyo, she enrolled at one of the most exclusive schools in Japan, Gakushuin. In 1940, the family moved to New York City, and the next year, Yoko's father was transferred from New York City to Hanoi. The family again moved to Japan, and Yoko was enrolled in the Kemai Gakken, which is an exclusive Christian primary school. Throughout the Second World War, Yoko remained in Tokyo and later went to the Karazawa Mountain Resort. This was a period of great hardship for the family and everyone else in Tokyo. Ono's family had to beg for food, and they even bartered goods for rice. Yoko says that it was this period of her life in which she developed her aggressive attitude. During this time, her father was believed to be in a prisoner of war camp in China. In 2007, Yoko revealed in an interview that her father was actually in French Indochina, which is Vietnam actually. Let me tell you that her father was in a concentration camp. By 1946, the Gakushuin School had reopened and Yoko returned to her studies. She was a classmate of Prince Akihito, who later became the Emperor of Japan. In 1951, she graduated and later studied at the Gakushuin University. In 1953, she moved to New York and enrolled in Sarah Lawrence College. However, she left in 1956. Yoko loved meetings with poets, artists, and other people who represented the bohemian lifestyle. She found an opportunity to work with musicians such as Nam June-paik and George Maciunas. However, after her first marriage failed, Yoko returned to Tokyo to live with her parents. In Tokyo, she met Anthony Cox and returned to New York to take up performance art. Yoko performed her debut seminal act, Cut Piece, in Tokyo. In 1965, she repeated her acts in Manhattan, and the next year, Yoko repeated her acts in London. This time, she'd become a sensation in the art world. In 1966, this artist made an artistic ad film called Bottoms. During the same year, she met John Lennon and collaborated with him on various musical and artistic projects. John and Yoko released their debut album, Unfinished Music No. 1, Two Virgins, which became a massive hit. After releasing various albums, they decided to form their own band called Plastic Ono Band. They formed the band in 1969 and launched the album Live Peace in Toronto in 1969. After Lennon died, Yoko released a soulful and grieving solo album called Season of Glass. She released this solo album in 1981. In 1994, this artist debuted at Off-Broadway with her musical New York Rock. Yoko returned to music during the 2000s and released a number of successful albums. In 2005, she released her autobiography called Memories of John Lennon.
Being a waitress or something. If you're really believing in what you're creating, you can do anything like that. I mean, you don't have to make money from what you're creating.
The main source of wealth of this artist is music. In 1968, Yoko released the album called Unfinished Music No. 1, Two Virgins. The album helped her earn $30,000. The next year, she earned $60,000 from the album titled Unfinished Music No. 2, Life with the Lions. In 1996, she made nearly $11,000 from an album called Rising. She released the album Blueprint in 2001 and made $3,000 from this album. In 2012, she made more than $13 million from the sale of the cover photo used in the album Season of Glass. The total net worth of Yoko Ono is $700 million. Yoko Ono has houses in New York, London, and Tokyo. In 1973, Yoko and Lennon moved into the Dakota. Yoko still lives in this building and has said that she saw Lennon's ghost there. In 1980, the couple bought a Palm Beach house in Florida. The property covers 1.3 acres and features a 14,000 square foot Spanish-style main house, 7 bedrooms, 2 swimming pools, a garage, and beachfront cabana. It was originally built in 1919 and was valued at $23 million in 2016. Previously, Yoko owned a West Village penthouse, which she sold for $9.8 million in 2013. Yoko Ono likely owns the following cars: a Rolls-Royce, a Ferrari, a Chrysler Town & Country, an Aston Princess, a 2002 Bentley long wheelbase limo,